Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to today's week 9 of UGA Extension UGA Golf Course Walkaway. Today's lesson is about staying healthy with food safety. By being aware of the dangers involved with food preparation, you can prevent foodborne illness. Foodborne illness is a disease that is carried to people by food. Foodborne illness is caused by a variety of factors such as bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi like molds. Although you cannot see these contaminants, they may have already invaded the food that you eat. Food can both be the source of bacteria and other microorganisms, or it can serve as a means to transfer contamination from one surface or person to another. The way we handle food is important to prevent the microorganisms found on it from becoming a problem, as well as to prevent transferring bacteria and other contaminants from dirty surfaces or hands to food. So who is at risk for foodborne illnesses? Children, pregnant women, seniors, and individuals with compromised immune systems weakened by certain diseases are at a much higher risk for foodborne illnesses than healthy adults and teens. Our natural immune systems help fight many harmful microorganisms or pathogens that cause disease. When the full help of strong, uncompromised natural immune systems is not available to fight disease, foodborne illness is more likely. People with heart, liver, and kidney diseases or other certain kinds of cancers may be on medications that weaken their natural immunity. This is another reason to stay fit and healthy to avoid chronic disease or to manage your diseases with good nutrition to keep your body systems working as well as possible. However, regardless of other diseases or age, everyone is at risk for illness if exposed to food hazards. Fortunately, there are steps that we can take to prevent this from happening to you. For the last few years, norovirus, a type of virus, has caused most cases of foodborne illness. Bacteria may also cause cases as well. By being careful to prevent problems from bacteria and viruses, you can avoid a lot of foodborne illnesses. Remembering 4 simple steps can help you prevent foodborne illness caused by bacteria and viruses, as well as other disease-causing organisms like parasites. And those 4 steps are cleanliness, food separation, proper cooking, and chilling your food. We're going to cover each of these over the next few slides. The first step is to remember to remain clean. This means washing your hands with soap and warm running water for at least 20 seconds before you handle food and after every time you use the bathroom, change a diaper, handle a pet, cough, or sneeze. Also, you will need to wash cutting boards, utensils, and countertops with hot water and soap after each food item that you prepare. You should also consider using a non-porous or plastic cutting boards that can be run through a dishwasher when you're finished with them. Using paper towels instead of cloth ones can help you cut down on the spread of harmful microorganisms. The next step is to separate the foods that you cook. When harmful microorganisms are transferred from one food to another, or from a dirty surface or hands to food, it is called cross-contamination. You can prevent cross-contamination by separating raw meats, seafood, poultry, and eggs from other food items in your grocery cart or your refrigerator. Juices that can drip down from the raw foods can contaminate other foods they come into contact with. Using different cutting boards for raw meats than you use for produce and cooked foods is a great idea. If you cannot do this, wash and sanitize cutting boards, knives after using cutting boards for raw meats, poultry, and fish, and before using them for any other types of foods, especially produce, baked goods, or other ready-to-eat foods. Ideally, you will use the cutting boards first for produce and then use them for your raw meats. To sanitize your kitchen, a good and inexpensive sanitizing solution can be made using 1 tablespoon of plain, unscented chlorine bleach per gallon of water. This can be used in a spray bottle, making the solution fresh every day so that it does not use its strength, or it can be used as a dip. Place items in the solution for at least 1 minute and then allow them to air dry. Items can also be sanitized in a dishwasher with a sanitizing cycle. Sanitizing is one step beyond clean. Proper cooking food will eliminate harmful bacteria. To accurately do so, equip your kitchen with a good food thermometer such as a bimetallic, which is one of the dial gauges, or a digital instant read food thermometer. To take the temperature, insert the probe into the thickest part of the food, which is usually the center of the product. Make sure the sensor is inserted far enough into the product. The thermometer should tell you how deep the point should be inserted to get a full accurate reading. You'll see a small indentation on the stem, and that's how far you must insert it. For most foods, wait at least 15 seconds after you think the temperature has stopped changing before taking a final temperature. Keep a list of the proper cooking temperatures in your kitchen. Your thermometer also needs to be accurate before use. Check that by using the ice water bath method on your calibrating instructions for your bimetallic stem thermometer. If your thermometer does not have a calibrating nut as shown and is not accurate, try replacing the battery or getting a new food thermometer. Here are some cooking temperatures to think about and to keep in mind when you're cooking food to make sure that it is food safe. 165 degrees for less than 1 second. This is for poultry, including whole or ground chicken, turkey, or duck. Stuffing made with fish, meat, or poultry. Stuffed meat, seafood, poultry, or pasta. Or dishes that include previously cooked, time and temperature controlled for safety ingredients. Those are raw ingredients that should be cooked to their minimum required internal temperatures. So 165 degrees for poultry. 155 degrees for 17 seconds. This includes ground meat like beef, pork, and other meat, injected meats, ground meat from game animals commercially raised and inspected, or ground seafood. 145 degrees is for seafood including fish, shellfish, and also steaks, chops of pork, beef, veal, and lamb, or commercially raised game. Again, 145 degrees. So when you think about food temperature, think 145 degrees for seafood or steaks, chops of beef, pork, veal, or lamb. Cooking temperatures for roast is 145 degrees for 4 minutes. Because these roasts are so big, we want to make sure that we're getting an accurate reading for a longer period of time compared to the other foods. So again, we're using 145 degrees for 4 minutes for roasts of pork, beef, veal, or lamb. And for vegetables and plant foods like fruits, vegetables, grains like rice and pasta, or legumes like beans or refried beans that'll be held for a hot service, you need to make sure those vegetables reach 135 degrees if you're going to be holding these vegetables for hot service. If you're going to be just cooking a vegetable to be eaten immediately, the vegetables do not need to reach any certain temperature. How you chill food also plays an important role from keeping bacteria from growing or multiplying. Make sure your refrigerator is set to 35 to 38 degrees so that the food is no more than 40 degrees. And set your freezer to no higher than 0 degrees Fahrenheit to keep foods frozen and of good quality. You need to chill leftovers quickly to 40 degrees or lower. They must be put into the refrigerator out of the temperature danger zone within no more than 2 hours. The temperature danger zone is between 40 degrees to 140 degrees. That temperature danger zone is when bacteria grows the most rapidly. So we want to keep food out of that range. If it helps divide food into smaller amounts, that'll help it cool more quickly in your refrigerator. One situation where bacteria can multiply rapidly is when you're thawing foods. Foods may be thawed by placing it in the refrigerator ahead of time, or using under cold running water, changing the water every 30 minutes, or in the microwave as long as you cook it immediately after thawing. Do not defrost food at room temperature. We get this all the time over Thanksgiving when people are putting their frozen turkeys in the sink to thaw out in the sink over a few days. We do not want to do this. If you're going to be defrosting food, it needs to be done in the refrigerator, under running water that's changed every 30 minutes, or in the microwave. By remembering these 4 steps to handling food safely, you can begin to prepare meals that are not only healthy, but safe as well. We want to make sure we are cleaning our food, cleaning your hands and the equipment, separating the food, keeping raw foods separate, especially during food preparation. We want to be using separate cutting boards for raw meat, poultry, and fish, and from our vegetables. Cook, using a food thermometer to make sure that your food is cooked to the proper internal cooking temperatures. And chilling our food, making sure that our food is being cooled down to proper temperatures that are outside of the temperature danger zone within 2 hours of cooking. That is all the words we have today. I hope to see you folks out at the UGA golf course tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And going next week, we'll have some prizes for food safety from one of our food safety specialists. So look out for a prize package coming soon. Have a wonderful day. Go Dogs.